Hi, welcome to Campfire. My name is Jason Windsor. I'm the marketing specialist at Retail Toolkit, and I want to thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time to spend with us here. Our guest today is Ryan Atkinson. He's the president of SmartEtailing, and we're extremely honored that he would join us today. And to talk with him is our general manager at Retail Toolkit, Dan Kowalski. Hi, Dan. How are you?
Hey, guys. Welcome to Campfire. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Dan.
Thanks for joining. We're in week 4 or 5 now of Campfire, and Ryan, we see throughout our customer base the topic of .com and all of the other acronyms that are kind of flying around us: BOPUS, reserve in store, click and collect. And so when Jason and I were looking at kind of this feedback and looking for someone to help our listeners and our customers navigate that topic, you were the first person I thought of. We've got many mutual customers, and I'm really super happy that you were able to join us today and help us make sense of what's working and how we can work better together to serve mutual clients. So let's start there. Buy online, pick up in store, reserve in store, click and collect. Are these all the same thing, Ryan? Or in general retail terms, tell us what's happened in online marketing that's led us up to today. Obviously, this is being recorded during C19, and so we're in this transformational retail environment, and obviously, many of your customers have to be super happy that they've had you as a resource and have been developing a plan to help them execute business in this manner. But let's just take a step back and give me your snapshot of the evolution of shopping cart in the last couple of years and what's led us up to today.
Cool. Yeah. Well, first, let me just say thank you for having me. We do have a lot of mutual customers, and Retail Toolkit provides just such a distinctive value proposition, and it's so purpose-built. I love everything about the company. So we like to say it's we didn't see COVID-19 coming, but we were ready for it. It just we've been monitoring general retail trends for the last several years, and the click and collect, as you pointed out, has been an emerging trend. And yes, all those names are, I believe, describing largely the same thing, which is a sale closes on a website and the consumer chooses to physically receive the order, not at their home. And so whether that's at the store or really more commonly now is contactless curbside pickup. It was growing. Target, Walmart really leveraged that strategy over the last couple of years in order to use their distributed inventory, which was close to potential buyers, connect buyers with that product online, and then get it into their hands. And successful bike shops have been doing that for the last couple of years as well. But overnight, the market shifted, and that's really become consumers' primary way of shopping.
Yeah. Okay. That's really helpful. Do you think? So I'll just share a little secret. Everything we do at Retail Toolkit has the consumer in mind, right? It's that end user's experience to deliver and enable the retailers to provide the best experience possible, which drives loyalty, which those are the best customers. So we're consumers too, right? So in my experience, even in the last month, obviously, I haven't been able to shop as much as I normally would have, right? We're all in that same situation, but the opportunities that I've been able to interact with retailers, and again, there's different terminology, shoulder to shoulder or restauranting style, where, broadly speaking, we would call it one-to-one. We see that as being something that consumers are favoring, right? So some industries had already been using that as a best practice, others hadn't. Now we're in an environment that's kind of a requirement. I'm just wondering if you see, things kind of going back to normal, if that's ever going to be a thing, or if the consumer, based on, the NPS scores of your clients, when they're doing curbside or home delivery, are the scores high? Are consumers actually, enjoying this to the best of their ability? Do you have any visibility to that?
I don't have any primary research on consumer sentiment right now. We do see a number of repeat shoppers, and so that would be an indicator of customer satisfaction. And so just so, I didn't pause to kind of, not knowing who else was watching, just a quick refresher on what SmartEtailing is. And so, we're a technology company, much like Retail Toolkit. And so technology companies tend to think of users. And then we also consider the consumer user our primary user. But what we do is the easiest way to understand us is we have websites for bike shops. But it's more than just a website. It's a way to take the physical inventory that a retailer owns or the inventory available at their suppliers and merchandise it automatically online for consumers to interact with however they want, whether that's just browsing online and seeing that something's in stock so that they can go visit the physical store, or buy online for either home delivery and store pickup. So that's a little bit about who we are. To the point of, will things go back? I think things were already trending in this direction. Now, we operate in the independent retail space, and so what that means is you don't have a homogenous network. This isn't like a nationwide network of Best Buy stores. These are all independent entrepreneurs running their business how they want to, and we need to acknowledge that each business owner gets to do that their own way. And so we don't want to label one way as right and the other way as wrong. But we believe that on the whole, the rules of retail are evolving, and consumers are wanting to interact more online and complete the transaction online, and in many ways minimize that physical one-to-one interaction. Right now, largely for safety, but for 3 months ago, it was because of time considerations. Or they wanted the convenience and expansive selection of online shopping, but they wanted to avoid shipping charges or fear of people stealing packages off their porch. So, what I'm reading is indicating that some form of social distancing is going to be in place for potentially years. Reading about the 1918 pandemic. Things like church services and sporting events. It took several years for people to get comfortable going back to those events. And so I believe that's going to be a significant amount of time to kind of retrain consumer behavior. And so I think it's wise for a business to allow customers to access your products digitally if that's what the consumer chooses. And it will likely be a good long-term in addition to a short-term investment.
Yeah, that's a great response. It gets me thinking about some of the what were maybe trends, omni-channel, omnipresence. These kind of industry buzzwords a few years back. Now we're shifting more toward headless commerce. Net. As a retailer, you need to be where your consumers are, right? And they certainly feel that they should have a choice, and it's our job as technology enablers for retailers to provide those services. So I guess the one thing too that always crosses my mind when we're, as you say, we didn't choose to be here, we were forced to be here. And anytime things like this happen, not at pandemic scale, but there's winners and losers when things aren't going according to plan. And it feels to me like if you had a strong .com presence pre C19, you might not be winning, setting historical records per se, but you're winning that you have a channel that is able to transact 24/7, 365, right? So, what are you seeing broadly from your customer base? Has there been a spike? Is it flat? I doubt it's down, given that that's one of the best options available. What are you seeing?
Well, we're seeing the exact opposite of what we expected. When the nation was first being impacted by this, we anticipated that retail would be severe, bike retail would be negatively impacted in a severe way. But over the course of the first couple of weeks, as bike shops became, kind of earned an essential label, and I definitely support that label. I think it's proven to be the case that bikes have been an excellent escape for the mental health and physical health of our communities, but then also for transportation and running errands or in some cases getting to work. But online results have just absolutely skyrocketed. And some of that is a result of just rapid increase in consumer demand for bicycles, combined with the fact that the transactions, a greater percentage of the transactions have shifted from the in-store space to the online space. And so we don't expect the sales numbers on our platform to retain this same level for an extended period of time, but we believe that the percentage of transactions happening online is going to be significantly higher in the future than it was in the past.
Ryan, is it? I don't want to say too late, right? Because it's never too late. But what if there's a retailer who's plugged in, watching? They weren't able to prepare for this in a way that they would have preferred. They understand that the consumer gets to pick, and they now know that if their brick and mortar isn't open, at least .com is a very strong option. But they haven't yet taken the time to create the plan or make the investment. What would you say to those retailers watching today that haven't implemented the modern marketing strategies that your core business is servicing?
I would say act right away. I mean, have a sense of urgency around this. The retailers who had already invested in digital infrastructure are the biggest winners in the current market. But as you're aware from you're very in tune with what's happening at bike retail, especially in multi-store operations right now. You see that inventory is becoming a growing concern, and that's going to look kind of one way in May, and it may look another way in July. But regardless, there are going to be some issues with inventory scarcity, and the retailer is best served to provide consumers as much transparency before a consumer were to come and physically interact with the store. And so leveraging technology to provide a wide assortment in a very competitive environment, because if the shop across the street has a commerce-enabled website and you don't, the chances of somebody picking up the phone and calling you and asking if you have something, is relatively low when it's much easier to just look on the website of your competitor.
I completely agree. Similarly, in our business, with some of the products, whether it be a loyalty product or automated, personalized marketing campaigns to existing or former purchasers, and especially what you're talking about here is inventory, right? You only make money if you have products to peddle, no pun intended. So it is never too late. There should be a call to action, some urgency. In your case, with a online presence, paint a picture. Is there a 3-step process? They contact you, you go through an evaluation, and they're online, in a few weeks. What's an expectation that's realistic that we can set for someone that's real tactical? So we agree, the time is now. Don't wait. What do they do next?
Yeah. So first, if somebody hasn't already made this choice, it's typically based on some form of worry. I'm worried that I can't compete. I'm worried that it'll change the nature of my business. I'm worried that consumers will be able to see my pricing before they come in the store, and I'll lose a potential sale. So it's important, before you consider your next steps, to really, kind of just ask yourself, are those things true? And so what I really encourage, an independent retailer to consider is you're not venturing into the e-commerce space by turning on a website. What you're doing is you're putting a cash register online. It's just another way for you to interact with your local customers. And so if you're watching this and you're a bike shop owner in the US or Canada, and you'd like to consider SmartEtailing as your web option, and we have some distinct advantages, but any website that is shoppable is better than just say a blog site. But if they were to consider us, it's very simple to request a demo on our website. There's a big button in the upper right. A member of our team would contact you within the hour and schedule a meeting in the next day or so. And we want to give you a tour. We want an informed buyer who chooses to sign up with us. If you say yes, then we can begin a rapid onboarding process and have you with the website within 2 weeks.
Oh, excellent.
In most cases, my support team would probably hate hearing me commit to that. So there's a little flexibility. It's a little bit.
I'm trying not to set anyone up for anything but success here. So for sure, there's many variables when you're onboarding, especially in technology. But it's not something that takes really that long to essentially have the opportunity for an immediate ROI. Right.
Yeah. For us, we have pre-designed templates, a really easy to use theme editor where you set your fonts and colors, and an extensive library of pre-built content like a service page or a contact us page, an about us page, that sort of thing. And then all the catalog is automated. So once we connect your point of sale system and you check the box next to the suppliers you use, everything, what displays at what price and availability is all automated. And right now, you're going to get your best initial ROI. I mean, we have retailers that were signing up, and I got an email from a client who signed up probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. He said, "Thank you very much. I sold 18,000 off my website in the first week." Pre COVID, it would have a longer ramp up time. So now is the time. If you want immediate ROI, now is the time to do
it. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that as a specialty retailer or independent, you're always cognizant of cash flow, right? And justification, especially in uncertain times. This just adds another layer of complexity. But as you say, rarely are the ROI calculators as predictable as they are these days, especially with the modernized techniques that you guys have. So it's great. Ryan, I know you do a great job.
Right now, I think like monitoring costs is essential right now. But if I do believe the commerce-enabled website, it is an investment. I mean, so much money is tied up in inventory. And if that inventory is hidden behind your 4 walls, it's not working for you. So really a modest investment in technology puts that inventory to work.
So we couldn't agree more. We completely support not only your platform, but e-com as a channel. Ultimately, the inventory equation here is adding velocity, creating those turns, whether they're virtual or physical. Cash will flow and everybody's happy. So Keep up the great job. Is there anything in closing, Ryan, that you would like to share with the specialty retailers that are watching this today about maybe Smart E, or about the just about e-com in general, or kind of where you see things trending or going? In closing thoughts.
Well, first, I want to thank our customers. I mean, we've done a lot of hard work over the years, and my team also. Thanks to my team, the work we've done in order to prepare our infrastructure, our site designs, our marketing sophistication. I mean, we've really, I think, the team I have working for me has put our clients in a good place to succeed. But we all get to work from home, and we all get to, have jobs that have us at our laptops safe. Our customers, these independent business owners and their employees, are just working tirelessly, and it's been going on for weeks, operating well above capacity in whole new ways, and we're worried about health. And so, most importantly, just say thank you to everybody there on the front lines and bike. And then moving forward, I want as many independent bike shop doors to remain open. We're definitely in a period of time when demand is incredibly high, and I sure hope that holds steady, and all indicators are that it will. But the rules of competition still apply, and so as things level out, sophisticated retailers with more capabilities, will start grabbing that available market. I want as many bike shops to stay open and successful through this as possible, because really bike shops are part of the fabric of cycling in the U.S. and Canada. If it wasn't for bike shops, consumers or people it would be harder to get access to the sport. There'd be nobody advocating the city councils to put in bike lanes. There'd nobody advocating for parks to put in mountain bike trails. So these business owners play a really important role in cycling, and I'd like to do anything I can to help them succeed.
Hear, hear. Cheers to that. What a great way to say thanks, and also, a strong call to action. And there is some urgency, because not to be, this isn't a scare technique, but there are winners and losers. And as you say, the winners will most probably be those most well-equipped for future challenges, and technology will help bridge that gap, as it's been doing successfully for our mutual customers. So, Ryan, thanks again. Really appreciate you joining us around the campfire. Be well in Colorado, and thanks so much.
You as well. And thank you so much for having me.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys. If you'd like to learn more about setting up a online e-commerce solution for your bike dealership, please visit SmartEtailing.com. And if you'd like to learn more about the products we offer, visit RetailToolkit.com. And until next week's Campfire, we hope you stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you then.